Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit different of a video. I'm going to be running through the Salesforce Certified Administrator guidelines in preparation for my new mini-series on Salesforce administration certification, where I'm going to be making a little mini course on that. Let's just jump into it. So here, this is a PDF created by Salesforce to help you know what you need to know that you're going to be tested on. So let's go ahead and go down to our contents. We're going to go through the purpose of the exam guide, the audience description about the exam, the recommended training references, some references that I have that I'd recommend that I've used, the exam outline, and then in another video, I will go through the sample exam questions and those answers and why they're correct. So, this is just about the Certified Administrator certification. That might be a little redundant, but this is intended to get your foot in the door with Salesforce. The admin is the very basic certification that you should get to start learning and working on the platform. So let's go ahead and scroll down. The exam guide is just here to help you to know what you need to do and a little guideline of how you should study. I'm going to skip past section 2 and go straight into section 3 about the exam. So it is a 60 multiple choice question exam. A lot of those are maybe one sentence questions like, given this situation, what is this, or what type of security is this? Or it could be a longer question where it gives you a scenario based upon business needs. You will have 105 minutes, so that equals an hour and 45 minutes. You do need a passing score of 65%. Now that is not, you only need to pass like 40 of the questions. That is based on the different weightings of the different sections. Some sections are weighted more and some sections are weighted less. The registration fee is around $200 US, including taxes. You can take this either on site or online. If you are taking it on site, it's fairly similar to in person, just you won't be using a webcam. But online you will use a webcam. You cannot have any books, you cannot have any paper, no other reading materials or writing materials, and no food or beverages. All right, section 4. A lot of this is the different courses, in-person courses offered by Salesforce, and those can be really, really helpful. But there are also other resources online like YouTube and Udemy courses and different people that provide sample questions. In my experience, I've used Trailhead to get started, which they do include here for the certification TrailMix. You can also use Mike Wheeler's courses online on Udemy. Those are very, very helpful, as well as Focus on Force practice exams. I've used all 3 of those, and those helped me get my cert. All right, moving down to the exam outline. These are just the different sections that you'll be tested on and a little blurb about them. So let's go ahead and run through this. Organization setup. This is really just about your organization, your different business hours, currency, default settings, and then also the UI settings for your company, such as searching and page layouts. This is weighted 3%, so it's not very big, and you might not want to spend a lot of time on this section, but it is worth going over and generally knowing what there is. User setup. Again, this is 6%, so it is worth studying. It is worth knowing, but not super in-depth like you'd need to know any of the other larger sections. This is knowing how to reset passwords, assign licenses, how to activate, deactivate a user, and what that means. What can they see? What can they not see? What will happen to their assignments within an organization? The next one is security and access. You'll need to know on like a password basis, on a user basis, like the different passwords and IP restrictions for the user and for the company. You'll need to know what the difference is between object level security and record level security. You'll need to know what field level security is, how different security and access reflects in dashboards and reports. You'll need to know, given a certain scenario, what the right profile or permission set is. Also, what kind of licenses are enabled to do what things. And another important thing is to know the role hierarchy and sharing rules. Now that is weighted at 14%, and that is a larger section, and if you don't pass that section, there's a good chance that you won't pass the test. So it is worth spending a lot of time really understanding security and access. The next one is standard and custom objects. This is really the different architecture in Salesforce around the different objects like cases, or you've got accounts or opportunities, stuff like that, and then other custom objects and what you can do with those objects and how they all relate to each other. You should know about creating and deleting and what happens when you delete fields or objects. You should also be able to take a scenario and create and assign page layouts and record types. That is weighted at 15%, and it is one of the larger sections on the test, and you should spend a good amount of time studying. All right, sales and marketing applications. These are some of the biggest things in the Salesforce world. Sales and marketing are used most frequently, as well as service and support, but I would say I see sales and marketing more often. A lot of these questions are scenario-based questions. And what you should be able to do is identify the different processes that come with sales and marketing, as well as the different features and productivity tools, and how products and price books should be used. You should also be able to understand the basics of different campaign management and Salesforce content. This is 15%. Again, this is a bigger one, so you should spend a good amount of time studying. The next one is service and support applications. You should be able to describe case management, case processes, case escalation rules, and also know case management depending on or using auto response, escalation, email to case, web to case, and what you can use that for. Salesforce knowledge is a service tool, whereas Salesforce content would be a sales or marketing tool. So you should be able to distinguish between the two of those. The next thing that you'll need to know is how to, or know the capabilities of community application, the in-house support tool where people can ask questions and get answers from the community. This is weighted at 12%, so it should be studied more than other things, or in greater detail, and spend more time than on a smaller weighted section. The next part is activity management and collaboration. You should know what type of things come with the activity object and the different features of Chatter. So this is weighted at 3%, a smaller section. You should know just about everything, but you don't need to spend time going super into detail with this section. The next one is data management. So knowing the different ways to import, upload, update, transfer, mass delete data from CSV files, or from data loader, or from the data import wizard, and the different scenarios that you would use either of those. You should know what the max number of records you can import for each of those, and when you'd want to use a third-party tool versus a standard out-of-the-box tool from Salesforce. You should know the different implications of data validation tools when uploading, as well as describe the different ways to back up data and the timing on that. This is weighted at 8%, so it's a good size section. You should study this a little bit. All right, moving on. Analytics and reports and dashboards. You'll want to know the different capabilities and sections that you'll find when creating reports and dashboards. You'll want to know the different components that dashboards have and the different types of reports that you can create. You should know the impact of sharing models when it comes to reports and dashboards. You should also know the options when creating and modifying dashboards, as well as describing the capability of custom report types. This is weighted at 10%, so it is a bigger section, and I would spend some time on this one. The next one is workflow and process automation. This one, you should know the different scenarios in which you would use a workflow rule, a process builder, or a flow. They might not go as much into flows, but definitely know the difference between a workflow and a process. Next thing you'll want to know is approval processes. This is a bigger thing, and you will be tested on this. And you should know the capabilities as well as the use cases. So given a scenario, decide how you're going to want to use an approval process. This is weighted at 12%, so definitely go into more detail with this. The next one is desktop and mobile administration. So know the different capabilities between the mobile app and the desktop app. You can also describe the installation and synchronization options for Salesforce into Outlook. This is weighted at 1%, so you will most likely only see one question around this section. As well as for App Exchange, it's 1%, so you'll likely only see one question. All right, and then this goes into the sample questions, which I will do in a different video coming out later this week. And this is the start of my mini series on the Salesforce admin certification. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and drop down in the comments and if you have any questions around the exam or any questions relating to the exam. I'll try and do my best. So yeah, go ahead and like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.